paying people to do.
Validation, now I validate myself. Building inner strength, putting doubt up on the shelf. No more unnecessary drama, no more wasted time. Climbing higher constantly, making my own climb. Standing on higher ground, where excellence is found. My potential knows no bounds. Raising the bar, breaking ground. My network is my net worth. Choose your company wise. Surround yourself with eagles, not with sheep in disguise. Every interaction is a reflection of my brand. Quality over quantity, that's my personal command. Standing on higher ground, where excellence is found. My potential knows no bounds. Raising the bar, breaking ground. Whoa. I'm not just living, I'm manifesting my vision, cutting through limitations with surgical precision. My expectations are my compass, my respect is my shield. To mediocrity and chaos, I will never yield. I'm manifesting my vision, cutting through limitations with surgical precision. My expectations are my compass, my respect is my shield. To mediocrity and chaos, I will never yield. Standing on higher ground, where excellence is found. My potential knows no bounds. Raising the bar, breaking ground. I'm not just living, I'm manifesting my vision, cutting through limitations with surgical precision. My expectations are my compass, my respect is my shield. To mediocrity and chaos, I will never yield.
How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to This and That. My name is Xander. I am your host for This and That, where we talk about this, that, and everything in between. Thank you guys for coming to tonight's show. Tuesday, very interesting night. We're going to be discussing some stuff related to crypto situation that just started blowing up. One of the fans that was on the show yesterday, DJ P1, was talking to us about some of the stocks that were improving their performance overnight during the live podcast. So I told him, I said, look, I'll take a look. I'll see what's going on, because I don't like talking about stuff that I don't know nothing about. And when I start talking about it, I have done my due diligence and my research on it. So he brought it to my attention. I told him, I said, well, over the next couple of days, I will be making sure that that is the topics of discussion for us to go over this information, because this is stuff that we need to know. Make sure that you guys like and subscribe, follow the podcast. We are live 7 nights a week. Around 10 o'clock. We start a little bit late every now and again because we have that internet issue. As you can see, we're dealing with some lag right now where we're working on it. Also, it is 11 o'clock Eastern time, 7 o'clock California time, as California continues to burn to the ground. I just want to point out, I told you guys so because I did say a few weeks ago that it was going to be at least 3 weeks of blaze, if not longer, especially because there was supposed to be those eastern winds coming in for the winter cold fronts that was supposed to occur. And then once that eastern wind is offset by that southern and western wind, because they have the water off of the ocean that flows east, they have the cold from the north flowing south. You have the heat wave that comes north from Mexico, and that is almost, I'm surprised these people don't have like tornadoes and hurricanes over there, but that fire is everywhere. So south side of California is still being burned to the ground. And I just want to say, I did tell y'all it was going to be that way. It's going to probably make its way to the Mexico border, probably be the only thing that crosses that border right now with the way the military is holding it down. So make sure that you guys like and subscribe. If you guys want to jump in and put your comments in, you can do so by clicking that link. Approve the mic, approve the camera. It brings you in real time. You'll be able to say what you got to say as long as it's reasonably appropriate. We want to make sure that we maintain open-minded, open forum podcast. Even if I don't agree with you, I'm not going to berate you about it. I just got to compare facts, compare notes, and, respect the differences of opinions. You have to be over the age of 18 to be on the show visually, but everyone else that is not over the age of 18, because we're talking about money, we're talking about business and finance, and you're never too young to learn how to make and save money as opposed to wasting and spending money. So I welcome everyone to the podcast, but keep your comments reasonably appropriate. Moving on. So tomorrow, before I get started with today's show, tomorrow we're going to be talking about all those stocks that started blowing up last night. Today we're going to be talking about how cryptocurrency started blowing up over the past week, and we're going to keep moving in that direction with some of the topics that we have coming up with: social improvement, self-improvement, and social interactions. Special shout out to Ruderus, because his relationship just started from the advice I gave him Saturday and Sunday. So proud of that. We're going to keep doing stuff like that Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and our Sunday night members only shows that are going to be open to the public for right now, where we're going to be doing reactions to questions and comments from the fans, because we do have some questions and comments, and those questions and comments are insane. Now, join me as we dive into the latest crypto trends and challenges that I myself have seen, if we can determine how these things are really going to explode the ability to strategize wealth. Crypto trends have been making waves in financial worlds, and it's hard to ignore the potential impacts they could have on our personal wealth strategies. So the idea of crypto is they're relatively new, but you have to understand that it's already been proven to be a game changer for many investors. As we explore the world of crypto trends, we'll be discussing how they can be integrated into our wealth strategies to maximize our returns. And I'm talking about, we're going all the way down to finding ways to invest in crypto in a way where we're not paying as much taxes on it, even though we recognize Trump talking about having tax-free cryptocurrency revenue streams. So keep in touch with that. Integrating crypto into the wealth strategy can be daunting, especially for those who are new to the world of cryptocurrency, and many people are hesitant to get involved due to the common misconception that crypto is tax savvy individuals. What do you mean tax savvy? All right. I was not expecting that to be there. They're saying that cryptocurrency is only for tax savvy individuals. All right. Wow. So that couldn't be the furthest thing from the truth. So with the right knowledge and tools, anyone can start investing in crypto and potentially reap the rewards. And now with marginalized investing, individuals can put percentages up. So you don't actually have to have $20,000, $50,000, $90,000 to buy one Bitcoin. You can just put up whatever money you have, especially when you're going through brokers like Pionex or Coinbase wallet, where you'll be able to put up a certain quantity of money and buy a percentage of Bitcoin based on how much that currency is valued at the current price of Bitcoin. So you can really invest at any point in time. There's actually options where if you have a certain quantity of money invested and you leave it in there as a base representation for Bitcoin, you get like 4% guaranteed off of that currency, regardless of how the market fluctuates. But that's the kind of money that you put it there, you leave it there, you don't do anything with it. The other money, on the other hand, that you put there, that you are micro trading or whatever, if you're using trade bots or whatever, that's going to be making you some quick, fast money for the time being. But the money that you just put there and leave there, 4% guaranteed on a regular basis. So if you don't want to deal with the volatility of the market and you just want to do like base returns, you just throw your money into Bitcoin and just leave it there, hold on to it. It's going to grow over time. One of the biggest challenges people face is the lack of understanding about how crypto works and how it can be used to enhance their wealth strategies. Now, understandably, Mr. Pibbs was on here talking about how Bitcoin was originally created as a microtransactional platform that was utilized to secure currency exchanges, so you will be able to do microtransactions, buy purchases and stuff to that effect. And the value of Bitcoin was based on the quantity of money that was backing Bitcoin, and the individuals who backed Bitcoin with money would get a profit off of the interest earned from backing Bitcoin. That exchange gave rise to the creation of the stock option that is Bitcoin, but Bitcoin has not been widely recognized as a currency. It's still a stock option, but it doesn't take much to change, because Elon Musk is already talked about people who are buying Tesla can buy Tesla with Bitcoin. That's treating it like a currency. More companies that do that, the more effective crypto becomes a currency instead of a stock option. But it would have to be widely used and predominantly acknowledged or mandatorily expected for trades of goods and services in order for it to become a currency. At this point, it's just a stock with the ability to be leveraged towards trades, which is not quite there to the currency level. But, you got to be careful with that, because remember, a few years ago, we were having that discussion about would crypto becoming a currency, an actual currency, impact the interest and dividends and shares that are being dispersed from investors that are investing in crypto, or would they just get their dollar value of crypto when they put their money into crypto? Well, as the world is tiptoeing their way into digital currency, we're going to come to find out that whether you invest into it so that you can have some digital currency to make purchases, or you invest into it so that you can get some interest off the money, either way, you need to start putting your money into some cryptocurrency somewhere. Another challenge that people face when integrating crypto into their wealth strategies is the volatility of the market. Crypto prices can fluctuate rapidly, making it difficult to predict what will happen next. With Donald Trump's push for cryptocurrency, as soon as he got elected, cryptocurrency took a massive shift in a positive direction that is abnormal to its current trends, where crypto has been on the rise over the past 4 months, and it has changed the way people look at cryptocurrency. Even though there's usually some sort of decline in the first quarter, that by the beginning of second quarter, that is where Bitcoin is usually at its lowest, and Bitcoin starts to increase between quarter 3 and quarter 4. And by quarter 4, Bitcoin's trend is that it usually takes a dip right after Halloween, and then it has one more spike right before Christmas, and then another dip right before the year is out. And then whatever happens after that, that last week and a half, it levels off, and then it just starts going back down. Now, since everybody is diving into cryptocurrency has been on a steady rise, fluctuating, but still on a rise. You're going to see those dips in the market, so you know when is a good time to buy in. And you can only buy in at the lowest points of the year, the lowest points of the quarter, and just ride the wave like everybody else. But the positive side is that there isn't an expectation that your investment in cryptocurrency will diminish below $70,000 or $50,000 in the upcoming months, with the way people are continuously trying to be after the wave, diving into cryptocurrency when they should have been in the wave in November, right before the election. So the volatility can be intimidating, especially for those who are risk adverse. And those are the individuals who are not really comfortable with putting their money in there. And they typically put their money in there after they see other people succeed with it. Now, the problem with you investing in something after somebody else succeeds with it is the time that they succeeded was the time that you should have invested, which was the golden hour of investment in that particular scenario. And because you didn't take advantage of that, you getting into it now, you are going to get what's left over, which you still have something to get, but it's not the same as had you would have jumped in when everybody else was jumping in. So needless to say, might as well say it today, technology, AI, y'all might as well just start diving into it right now after what happened last night. We'll be talking about that tomorrow. But if you want to stay ahead of the curve, you're probably gonna start investing into some type of technology that is involving AI or energy based, because that's what the president is pushing, that is going to be leading to energy efficiency for them to be able to power all of the Bitcoin mining equipment, where the US government is going to be working its direction of backing cryptocurrencies, where they're not going to eliminate the US dollar. They're going to invest the US dollar as a financial backing source for cryptocurrency, where the US government will get paid for spending money. Probably the smartest thing to do is to get paid to spend money. And if you're getting paid more money than you spend to spend money, you're doing something right. Now, it's essential to remember that all investments come with some level of risk, and crypto is no exception. By doing our research and staying up to date with the latest trends, we can make informed decisions about our crypto investments. A lot of the times, we just don't have the financial wealth that we could sit on to put a good sized investment into a stock option in order for us to receive a satisfactory dividend return off of that investment, which is what deters the bottom 99 from investing in surefire things, because we're too broke to put our money down. So when that opportunity occurs, you could be the most financial savvy person, but if you don't have access to money and you can't convince somebody to lend you some money so that you can take action on that, your $1 million ideas are worth as much money as you can invest in it. So we got to think about that. The media also plays a significant role in shaping our perception of crypto, often sensationalizing the risk and downplaying the benefits. This can make it difficult for people to get clear understandings of what crypto is and how it can be used to enhance their wealth strategies. That actually is a marketing tool, because individuals who diminish the value of crypto will cause people to pull away from crypto, which causes a negative shift in the market, which depreciates the value of crypto during that time frame. Then individuals who are highly interested in crypto will buy the crypto while the crypto is lower in value. Then you have a sudden media turn where people start promoting the positivity of the spikes in crypto. That's when everybody starts buying. The original investor that bought when everything was low sees the market starting to peak at its high point, and this individual starts putting his shares up for sale. Now that people are running to crypto to buy the crypto, that's when that person makes a massive return on the difference between when he bought it versus when he sold it. That is when that individual will be able to wait until yet another negative comment goes out on social media and people start pulling away from crypto. Once they start pulling away from crypto, that same person who's holding his profits from the last trend shift can now dive back in again when crypto is at its lowest. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how the rich stay richer. You guys got to start paying attention to stuff, because as things are about to happen, that's when you need to invest, not after it happens. So you don't want to wait until after Donald Trump makes crypto tax-free. You want to invest in crypto before he makes it tax-free, so that if it becomes tax-free, you don't have to pay taxes on the dividend returns. If you wait until after the crypto is going to be valued at so much that your percentage is going to be so minimalistic that it's the returns that you're expecting to receive is not going to be the same. $100,000 crypto stock is for $100 not going to give you that much of a percentage of return if it's a 50% return. But a 50% return on $100,000 is going to be a whole lot more than a 50% return on $100. Think about that. Now, if you're clear about understanding what crypto is and how you can use it, you'll be able to enhance your strategy towards gaining wealth. It is essential to look beyond the headlines and do your own research to get a balanced view of the crypto market. Since I am not at any point in time manipulated or modified by the decision-making process of crypto, I can give you a non-biased perspective of what I'm looking at, where I could be able to tell you guys, hey, I do it. Now, whether or not you take that and run with it, do your own research and come to find something different, or do your own research and confirm, because peer-reviewed is what this podcast is about. If you guys get any information from me on this podcast, I can guarantee you 100% of the time that you can go back and double check it, and you will find that everything I've told you is legit. Now, as things change, I update you on the changes. But until things change, what I told you is what it is right now. That's what we have to deal with. So by doing this, we can make informed decisions about our investments and avoid getting caught up in the hype. Now, many people are also unsure about how to get started with crypto. There are plenty of ways to do this. And this can be a significant barrier for entering crypto. You can start by using Coinbase wallets. You can start by using Pionex trade bots. You can start by finding a broker. You can start by downloading an app that supports crypto trading of some kind. You can start by developing or downloading software that does crypto mining, but crypto mining requires a large quantity of data, which means that you're not going to be able to do it on a laptop in a massive way. You're going to really have to get you a supercomputer design scenario with a massive cooling system in order to be able to give you the mining power that you need to successfully acquire you a true blockchain Bitcoin. But there are several ways that you can get in there and get it done. Now, with so many different cryptocurrencies and investment options available, it can be overwhelming to know where to start. There are a lot of podcasters on YouTube right now that are gurus of specific niches of Bitcoin investments or trade bots investments or cryptocurrencies of some types that have, in their experience, high trade values. Matter of fact, now that I think about it, I might want to try to reach out to some of these individuals and see if I can get them to come onto the show and tell us a little bit about their knowledge and experience with trading with cryptocurrencies and day trading. Because since we're going to be talking about stocks and shares and stuff tomorrow, probably see if I could pull some individuals in for day trading. You know what? I need to reach out to Brett Owens and see if he's going to be free anytime soon, because he was supposed to be telling us about trading using his book, How to Retire on Dividends and Live Off of 8%. His book has a lot of information on it. I actually put a video out on that several months ago, and I actually still have the book. It's over here somewhere. It's on a bookshelf too far away from the window. I need to put a bookshelf right next to me that has all of the content that I have learned from, so that you guys can learn from the same thing that I'm learning from while we are buying, selling, trading, and investing going forward. However, by taking the time to educate ourselves and seeking out reputable sources of information, we can gain the confidence we need to start investing in crypto. Whether we're looking to invest in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or other alternative cryptocurrencies, there are many resources available to help us get started. Decentralized financing, or DeFi, is one of the most exciting crypto trends to emerge in recent years. DeFi refers to the use of blockchain technology to create decentralized financial systems, which can provide greater transparency and security and accessibility to traditional financial systems, which is some of the things that the United States government is supposed to be working towards. By using DeFi platforms, we can lend, borrow, and trade cryptocurrency in a trustless and promiseless environment. So in a scenario where you're borrowing and trading with individuals that you don't know, that you can't trust from Adam, where everybody has the anonymity of their fake user profiles and the trolling capabilities. The fact is that the blockchain scenario that you have with DeFi, if you're supposed to give me a certain quantity of currency, I literally get that currency. That confidence gives us the ability to do business on a broader scale. And when you start thinking about how cryptocurrency does not have a currency exchange rate, crypto is valued at the same monetary value in every country around the world. The products that they have are valued at a certain quantity of value relative to the cryptocurrency, which means that if something is worth $1,000 in America, but it's only worth $100 in Brazil, then you can go to Brazil and buy that same item for $100. It's not going to be different. If they're accepting cryptocurrency, their value of cryptocurrency is going to be different than our value of cryptocurrency, because their denominations are not as valuable as US denominations. That's how that works. Now, this has the potential to this is going to have the potential to provide you guys with the access to financial services and create new opportunities for investors. Now, non-fungible tokens, or NTFs, are another crypto trend that's gaining traction, and NTFs are unique digital assets that can be used to represent ownership of a wide range of items, from art to collectibles to real estate, and even virtual real estate, which what is that? Atlas World. It's one of those things where you're buying virtual real estate and making money off of it. It's a real app. It's a real scenario where you travel around and buy lands and pick up diamonds and stuff like that, and buy little passport thingies and throw a little bit of money down, and it actually does produce revenue over time. If you do the free variation of it, it'll take a lot longer for you to build yourself up, but you can go from putting your time and effort into it to taking the revenue that you get from it and reinvesting it back into the platform to increase your revenue sources even further. Or you can put a large quantity of revenue in there in the beginning and increase your distribution over time, which will then give you, I think 100% return takes you 2 to 3 years. If you put a certain quantity of money up and stay consistent, then it usually takes 2 to 3 years to get 100% return back. But, Atlas World is one of those NFT style, virtual real estate style scenarios. By using NFTs, creators can monetize their digital content in new and innovative ways, and investors can participate in the growth of the digital economy. Almost like Second Life. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that used to be a game that people used to buy and sell stuff over the internet. Whether we're looking to invest in NFTs or create our own, there are many opportunities to get involved in this exciting new market, which, by the way, guys, gives you something to do, because once y'all get fired off of Amazon and Starbucks, y'all gonna need some work. Because when the machines start taking over and putting y'all out of y'all jobs because they come to work and work 18 hours a day, and y'all come to work and work for 4.5 and start bitching at 5, demanded 40 an hour or more, that ain't gonna work. You're gonna need a PhD to be a barista. A PhD in coffee machines to be a barista, talking about some $50 an hour. Y'all wondering why illegal immigrants is making our coffee way better than the American born, American raised, because they'll do it for $5 and we demanding 50. Y'all got to understand, in business, we're going to get more for our money if we get the guy that wants to do it for 5 versus the guy that demands to do it for 50. And when we can pay a machine to do it for $3.50, the guy that's willing to do it for 5 is going to have a hard way to go coming soon. First, all of the Americans will be unemployed. Then all of the foreign nationals are going to be unemployed. And then all the undocumented individuals are going to be unemployed as big business reduces until they replace them with machines. The only jobs that are going to be left are tech jobs, whether you're creating the machines or creating or maintaining the software for the machines. Those are going to be some of the most dominant jobs in our economy coming soon. Now, ladies, what that means is that you alpha boss ladies have the ability to compete directly with the man instead of complaining about the wage gap. Because if you get into IT and he's in IT, you and him will get paid the same amount of money for doing the same amount of stuff. Unless you can code better than him, then you'll get paid more than him. You don't have to worry about, oh, she's getting a raise because she's a woman. No, she's getting a raise because she's fucking better than you, bro. And she's not going to say, oh, he's getting paid more than me because he's a man. No, he's getting paid more than you because he's fucking better than you, lady. That's how that works. That's how that works. We're not going to have to worry about, oh, they're discriminating against me because of the color of my skin. You don't even show up for work. They don't know what color your skin is. You just do it when they call you, and then the job is done. So if they're not calling you anymore, the job's not getting done. You know, if you work away from the office, you love your job more because you have less stupid people doing stupid shit in your presence to piss you off and make you not like your job, where you're then caught up in less stupid shit that you are being blamed for that you had nothing to do because you were in a general vicinity of when shit went bad. And then you are not going to be pissed off at your boss because shit's not getting done. You are accountable for the work that crossed your desktop. That's it. Anything that doesn't cross your desktop, none of your damn business. You'll love your job a whole lot better. One of the reasons why social distancing is becoming not just a trend, but a way of life. Since COVID happened, bro, like kids don't know what it's like to go to somebody's house without calling them, texting them, updating your social media status, knocking on the door, not knowing if anybody's going to open the door. And when they open the door, ask mom and dad, is so-and-so there and can they come out and play? Y'all don't know what that's like. Y'all don't know what that's like. You text your friend and say, ask your mom if I can come over. They go and ask mom if you can come over. You text back, mom says yes. Then you text them, I'm on my way. Then you text them, I'm outside. Then you text them, I'm on the porch. Before you knock on the door, they're opening the door. Y'all don't understand what it's like to have to get an invitation into the house after you get to the house. I traveled all this way. The least you can do is offer me something to drink before you send me home. You know, it's a whole different atmosphere. Anyway, the growth of DeFi and NFTs has also led to the creation of new investment opportunities such as yield farming and liquidity mining. And that's why I was talking to you guys about Bitcoin and other such cryptocurrencies. These strategies involve providing liquidity to DeFi platforms or lending cryptocurrencies to earn interest as they can provide a new source of passive income for investors. By getting involved in these strategies, we can earn returns on our crypto investments and participate in the growth of the DeFi ecosystem. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is something that not too many people have paid attention to, just like when people wasn't paying attention to when water being put in a bottle was a thing. And now somebody is making millions off of each one of those bottles that takes 17 cents to build, but it's a $3 to buy. You got to understand, if we don't get in it while it's young, while it's rare and rich, we're going to be missing out on it after the fact when everybody has made their millions on it. We were just talking yesterday when DJ was trying to tell me that I didn't know what I was talking about with Donald Trump and Donald Trump's investments. But I told you guys, wait, Donald Trump invested in Miss America when Miss America, with the beauty pageant, was low on money. Now Miss America is a multi-million-dollar industry. Donald Trump invested in the WWE. Now the WWE rivals the NFL. You know, you got to understand that. And then the NFL and the WWE do not compete with one another. The WWE participates in watching the Super Bowl, and the Super Bowl players participate in watching the WWE. They do not even compete. The Super Bowl happens one month, WrestleMania happens the next month. The Super Bowl happens on like a Sunday, but the Elimination Chamber happens on a fucking Saturday. They do not compete against one another. There isn't even a monopoly clause on that. But look, why should we fight over fans if 350 million people will watch you yesterday and those same 350 million people will watch us today? Share the wealth. This is how the rich get richer. But when Donald Trump seen something that looked like it was going to make some money, he invested in it. And when it became financially successful, he's financially successful because he affiliated with it when it wasn't shit. I'm telling you guys right now, there's certain stuff right now that is on the rise. And if you invest in it right now to the best of your ability, as it is on the rise, once it settles in its levels of success in the next 1 to 5 years, you will be financially successful with it. And the more you're able to invest in it, the more dividends you get back. And the more dividends you get back, the more you can live off of your dividends, where you can then take your principal from your 9-to-5 job and put it directly towards your investment, which then increases your principal, which then increases your dividend returns. And when your dividend returns are in excess of your daily or monthly income status, you can quit your job, because the money you're making off of your investments is more than you need for your standard of living. You could take a percentage of your investments and pay your bills, and take the rest of your percentage of your investments and reinvest it back into the stock, so that you're continuously increasing the value of the principal of your investments. Where if you're living off of 30%, 40% of the dividends that are being provided to you, that means that 60% of the returns is being put back into the stock, which means that you're going to be increasing your principal by 60% every payment, whether that's a monthly payment or a quarterly payment or a semi or an annual payment. Every payment, you're going to be increasing your principal by 60%, or at least a 60% dividend payment. However, it's essential to remember that these strategies come with their own set of risks, and it's crucial to do our research before we get started on these. So one of the most compelling examples of someone who successfully leveraged crypto trends to enhance their wealth strategy is an investor who made a fortune investing in Bitcoin. I can tell you there's a couple of people right now that's got like $800 billion of Bitcoin stock. Just want you to know that. And these individuals had a deep understanding of crypto market and was able to make informed decisions about their investments. By diversifying their portfolio and staying up to date with the latest trends, they were able to maximize their returns and achieve their financial goals. Their story is a testament to the potential of crypto to transform our wealth strategies and create new opportunities for investors. The investor's success can be attributed to their ability to think outside the box and be open to new ideas, which is something that we have to do all the time. You understand that they are taxing the fuck out of Canada, China, and Mexico. You can go and invest in China and Canada and Mexico. Why? Because some of these countries, while they are putting tariffs on goods and services, they have incentives for Americans to invest in their technology. So wait a minute. If multiple countries around the world are telling you that they are giving you tax incentives, they are giving you trading passport visas and all kinds of stuff, if you take your American money and bring it to their country and invest in their technology, what do you think is the best one to invest in? Technology. Now, any kind of technology, but green energy technology is going to be something that's going to have like tax-free incentives and stuff like that in other countries. I've talked to you about that on a few other podcasts. Cryptocurrency is always going to be a thing because everybody's going digital. But in addition to that, solar is going to be something that's going to be bigger. And I know some people are going to say, well, green energy is solar. No, you have the individuals that is making renewable resources like electricity and stuff like that, like actually creating electricity, not just solar panels, because the windmills and turbines and all that other stuff is other forms of renewable green energy that is creating electricity. And then you have solar, and solar is going to be something that is going to be beneficial for those individuals that are getting electric cars. That is where we're talking about when we start talking about investing in solar technology, because when you start getting those cars with the solar panel exterior, where you can't tell it is solar panels, instead of having that big block on top of the roof of the car, the interior has little cubes all over it that are actually solar panels. It self-charges the car, and the more efficient that those solar panels become, the more we don't have to plug our cars up to the house. where Tesla is one of the first ones that has a solar panel style design where, depending on where you put your vehicle, you might be able to get, I do believe, a quarter-mile charge every 24 hours, a quarter-mile worth of energy charge every 24 hours, which for those individuals that aren't driving that much every week, if you're getting a quarter mile, that means that you're getting a mile every 4 days. You ain't going that far with your car. You leave your car at 85%. It might be at 95% by the time you decide to take it for a spin. And when you take it for a spin, you're only going 10 miles. You will never have to charge that vehicle. The vehicle would stay above 85% for most of the month. So these are the things that people don't think about when they think about how, yeah, you're going to spend $20,000 or $30,000 more for an electric vehicle than what you're going to spend for a gas powered vehicle, but you're going to save on about $15,000, $20,000 a year on gas, depending on how much you drive, and you're going to save on the maintenance because there ain't really that much stuff to fix besides a $10,000 battery. And most of the stuff towards the drivetrain of the vehicle is included in the warranty because it's an electric car with a chain link transmission. It's an electric car. But there will oh, that was definitely put up there wrong. There will be abilities to calculate the risks and invest in emerging trends such as the DeFi and NFTs when we are able to stay ahead of the curve and capitalize on the new opportunities as they begin to arise. So the story remains that crypto is rapidly evolving, and this field is something that not too many people care to learn about, even though they have heard about it for at least the last 10 or 20 years. And it's essential to stay adaptable and be willing to learn and grow. The fact is that even if you take 5 or 10% of some of your extra money and put it into crypto to see how well you can be successful with it while investing in other areas is fundamentally the idea of diversifying a portfolio. If you have your index 500s and your treasury bonds and stuff that's giving you guaranteed slow, low risk returns, you have your CDs that's giving you moderate or low risk returns, but then you turn around and you have like REITs and other day trading opportunities that's giving you moderate risk returns. Then you take the other 10%, the other 10 or 20% and throw it in a Bitcoin and get your high risk returns. But high risk returns have higher yields when you do get a positive return. The fast trading of cryptocurrency is giving you right now money versus the 20-year wait that you have to have with those CDs that are 3 to 5 years long, those IRAs and other stuff that's talking about like 20 years before you can get your money back with no penalties, and all of these other investment platforms that you have to put your money there and leave it there for the long haul. You want to work for a long haul. You want to have a 5, 10, 20 year investment strategy, but you also want to have some right now money. You want to have some right now success. That way, as you continue to build some of your revenue in the right now moment, you have the ability to have long-term success with other money. So say you have a bad day, doesn't matter. Your long-term investments are going to offset your short-term loss. But if you're having good or moderate short-term positive returns on top of your long-term returns, you have it's like a mixed drink at the bar. You have it hits you now with success, and it'll hit you later with even more success. You have to be able to mitigate this. And I've been telling people on a regular basis, hey, instead of these females chasing men that are only making $100,000 or more, if a $50,000 woman get a $50,000 man and they're both living a $40,000 lifestyle or $49,000 lifestyle, you can live a $50,000 lifestyle. But guess what? If you take that other 50 grand and you invest that shit, you know that if you were living on a $50,000 lifestyle by yourself and he was living on a $50,000 lifestyle by himself and y'all came together, you're at least going to save $24,000, $25,000 a year, because the cost of 2 different apartments or 2 different houses at $2,000 a month per person would save both of you $1,000 a month. Where if y'all put that into a trust, where that trust is investing into stocks and bonds such as Bitcoin and AI technology, then the dividends that would be paying into that trust would then pay both of you guys as beneficiaries of that trust which is why rich people don't really get divorced that often, because if you're getting paid, whether you're married or not, you could take that $35,000 engagement ring and start the trust, and take the $100,000 wedding and invest in the trust, and then let that son bitch pay y'all money, and both of y'all are individual beneficiaries where each one of y'all is getting a percentage of the money. And if you're smart about it, where out of the 20% of returns that you're only going to split 10%, where the other 10% goes back into the principal, taking half of the returns and putting the other half back increases the returns over time. So you don't have to do nothing else. You turn that into an irrevocable trust. And then every time you decide to add something to the trust, you just throw something else into the trust. And that's even more money that's being drawn out, where you end up living a life of Raleigh, like Will Smith and Jada Pinkett, two different sides, two different houses, two different sides of the same state. But y'all money is consistent. Y'all don't have to worry about no divorce and division of assets or anything to that effect. It's just like, fuck it, get out of my house. Just you should have 2 or 3 of them if you invested wisely. So fuck it, you keep this one. I'm gonna go stand that one over there. We'll come meet each other during the holidays and see if we gonna get along or not. Either way it goes, it makes sense, because why tear down an empire for the sake of I don't want to talk to you? When did Donald Trump's wife divorce him after he paid $135,000 for a prostitute? He's a billionaire. She's worth $50 million. Could she have divorced him and took half of his billions? Or did it just make more sense for her to just say, fuck it? Cheat on him with somebody and call it even. He's a billionaire. Is the divorce really necessary? Is the marriage necessary if you guys can have a financial contract with one another? Marriage contracts, I did a show about that. You guys can have a financial contract where you guys are just going to come together, build up your wealth. I did a show a couple times last week where I was telling you guys about how y'all could build y'all's credit together using the authorized user option on your credit cards. If you get a credit card, you add your girlfriend on as an authorized user, don't issue her a card. She gets a credit card, add you on as an authorized user, don't get him a card. Y'all keep doing that. You can apply once every 3 months. She can apply once every 3 months. Y'all are getting 2 increased lines of credit or 4 increased lines of credit every year, but it's 2 per person. So you only get 2 pulls a year per person, but y'all get 4 extra lines of credit between the 2 of y'all. And that means that y'all's credit lines are going to double or triple if you're not wasting those lines of credit. If you're just acquiring them and stacking them up, you're going to have a larger credit line with a low utilization, which means your credit score, where 35% of your credit score is available credit, your credit to debt is so high that there's almost reaching 800. That's when your credit score starts reaching 810, 820. You get a black card when you've got that much credit versus that much income, and black cards are invite only. So you have to meet a certain financial criteria, and you have to meet a certain spending limit that you pay back what you borrow in order for you to qualify for a black card, which is a credit card that has no credit limit on it. Typically putting you in the 850 range, 849 range. But most of us are lucky to see 720, 775, 7, you know what I'm saying? So when you start talking about divorce, that divorce comes from finding a partner that's going to build with you so that y'all actually both have meat in the game to say that we're going to get a divorce. Then you got to think about it. Is it really worth getting a divorce? Is it really worth? We just built this empire together. Should we really get a divorce? Because that's actually going to negatively impact both of our financial statuses. You know what I'm saying? For me to take you off of all of my credit cards cuts your credit score in half, and for you to do it to me cuts my credit score in half. We don't want to do that. It's like, you know what? We can disagree and just part ways and leave everything the way it is and just keep making money off the system. This is how the rich stay richer, y'all. Now, the investor's journey is not without challenges. They face very many setbacks, more so than others, because the setbacks that they experience along the way include market downturns and regulatory uncertainties. However, they preserve and continue to educate themselves about the crypto market. And by doing so, they're able to navigate the challenges and stay focused on their long-term goals. And if you find yourself a partner that has long-term goals, then you're going to be a lot more successful than finding a partner that doesn't have any goals. If your question to them is, what do you want to be when you grow up? And they say, I don't know, you really don't want to fuck with them until they figure that shit out. You think that is an immature question to ask, but let's be honest. There's about 300 or 400 of y'all looking at me right now every moment, because y'all are rolling in and rolling out. And if I ask half of y'all, what do you want to be when you grow up, even if you are grown, let 5 of y'all put into the comment section, what do you aspire to be financially? Not your career choice. Where do you aspire to be financially? Most of y'all are not even going to be able to put a comment in there. Y'all just going to sit there and watch me keep talking about how we're going to make money, because we're about to start talking about the changes in crypto and the certain stocks that could be invested in. And the fact of the matter is that you don't know. You just go to work. You do what you're told while you're on the job. You get paid for your time on the job. You have to understand, being paid by the hour, you are getting paid for your presence. You are not being paid for the quantity of work that you do. That's why some people can work harder than other people, and they both make the same amount of money. You are getting paid for the amount of time that you are on the job. And if you work, the job appreciates that. Well, technically they don't, but they value you enough to keep you on a schedule. If you don't work enough, productivity isn't high enough, they'll replace you with somebody that works harder or faster than you do. But they're paying you for your time. They're not paying you for your effort, which why you're not going to get a raise because you work harder than everybody else. You might get a raise because you're on the job longer than everybody else. You might get a raise because you aided them in securing a deal that brought more money into the company more often than somebody else, but you don't get a raise because you're a good worker. Most of the time, companies give you a raise because they have to. So working for a specific company or working on a specific career choice that's supposed to provide you a specific quantity of money as long as you show up, that's an occupation. Now, what kind of financial living situation do you aspire to have when you are considered grown, when you consider yourself successful? Are you trying to be a millionaire? Are you trying to be a half millionaire? Are you trying to have a $200,000 a year revolving income that you don't have to clock in to go get? And a $200,000 revolving income at 20% dividends is probably going to be something upward of $4 or $5 million worth of principal somewhere, depending on the distribution of dividends and percentage yields. But the fact is that what are you trying to do with your life? Are you just want to live from paycheck to paycheck your whole life? Or do you really want to stop working and be able to afford to go on vacation and be able to afford your house to still be there when you get back from vacation? Or do you want to be that person that just lives out of the backpack that you take with you when you go travel the world? What kind of life do you want to have? That's when you start deciding how you're going to invest. You know, do you want to be that person that has a family? You want to build generational wealth? You want to build the type of generational wealth that never runs out? Or do you just want to live the life of Riley where you can live that music video lifestyle where you're blowing $1 million in a night and you still got millions of dollars left over? Whatever your lifestyle choices are, that's how you invest your money. However, whatever your partner's lifestyle choices are, that's how you're able to determine if they're in line with your ability to be successful. So ladies, instead of finding a man that's willing to buy you steak and lobster, find you a man that's willing to get you some fucking mac and cheese at a damn Chili's and be able to invest some money into some high interest accounts where instead of you eating steak and lobster on your first date, every other date after that, you guys are going to be eating steak and lobster on a spaceship in the middle of the Jupiter solar system or some shit, because you got it like that. You understand? Because life ain't cheap and everything is going to continue to increase in value. The buying power of a dollar is going to continue to diminish as time goes on. And the buying power of cryptocurrency is going to continue to offset the buying power of the dollar. And the buying power of cryptocurrency is going to continue to diminish with the increase of the cost of products, because as the demand increases, so does the value of the product, because a product is only worth what people are willing to pay for it. So the same way people are willing to spend $2,000 to $5,000, $10,000 for a cell phone that still has a TikTok app installed on it, that is only going to be the case until they release TikTok in the Apple Store and the Google Play Store. Then those cell phones will be worthless. But as long as there is a demand for the accessibility to the TikTok app and people are willing to spend thousands of dollars to get a phone that still has a TikTok app on it, you could sell the current cell phone you're watching me on eBay for more money that your phone is worth, just because somebody else wants access to TikTok. It's almost like when they were selling the avatars to those online video games where women are complaining about how their boyfriends play video games so much. But ma'am, if you understand that he could take his Madden player that's level 99 and sell it on the black market and make $400,000 off of that player, because some people want to buy the finished product instead of working their way up to the finished product, the same way women like to date men that are the finished product instead of investing in a man and building them up to the finished product. You got to understand that it costs more for convenience. And since it costs more for convenience, the person who's willing to put in the work is going to benefit more than the person who's waiting for the final product, which also means, ladies, since it costs more for convenience, if you're waiting for the final product, you're going to have to do a shit ton more to get that final product. Otherwise, you're going to be falling short. So these individuals have determination and resilience that are inspired by everything that they're looking at, and they are getting involved in crypto all over the world. So the investor story is also a reminder of important community and networking in the crypto space. And these people were able to connect with other like-minded individuals, which is why you will be successful in business when you're successful in your relationships with like-minded individuals that are aiming and striving for financial success like you are, because you guys can learn from each other's experiences. By sharing knowledge and expertise, you guys will be able to gain a deeper understanding of the crypto market and every other financial market that you decide to invest in, and make more informed decisions about your investments. In fact, your relationships should be revolved around one of you watching one set of stocks and the other one watching another set of bonds and investments in crypto, and you guys coming back and sharing the knowledge that you guys have obtained and being able to cross-check each other and then make financial decisions together. That's when women can say, oh, we should be equal in this situation, because you invested $500,000 into this shit. I invested $500,000 into this shit. And we are going to debate as 50-50 beneficiaries of this investment. We're going to debate as to where we're going to move this money so that we can Martha Stewart our way into not getting put in prison for hedge funding. And we're going to make us some damn money. Then we can live the life of Raleigh, where her efforts in his financial success leads to her trips around the world. He ain't got to work. She's got his undivided attention. She ain't got to cook and clean because he can pay for the housekeepers and the maids and the chauffeurs, and everybody's happy. The end result comes from the effort that it takes to get to the end result. Without that effort, the end result is a dream that is unachievable and unattainable. So these individual stories highlight the value of building relationships and collaborating with others to achieve our financial goals. And wealth management firms are increasingly incorporating cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology into their service offerings. And since this integration is driven by several factors, you guys can clearly understand that investing in cryptocurrency before cryptocurrency becomes a non-profitable stock, since it becomes a primary source of currency, you guys need to get in there while you still can. Cryptocurrency assets are expected to reach over 10 trillion by 2030. We're in 2025. That's 5 years from now. 29% of high net worth individuals have expressed strong interest in digital assets. 29% of the top 1% is investing high interest in digital assets. So that means that all the poor folks should be investing in digital assets as well. Major financial institutions like JP Morgan, Chase, and Fidelity now offer crypto services, which means you guys should be investing in those stocks. Younger generations, these YNs, are particularly these millennials and Gen Zs, are at the forefront of cryptocurrency adoption. 94% of crypto investors belong to the Gen Z era and millennial demographic. A significant portion of millennials are millionaires, and their wealth is held in cryptocurrency. So y'all need to start thinking about that. The great wealth transfer is expected to result in an estimated 160 billion to 225 billion. Because I was about to say 1.6 billion, but no, it's 160 billion to 225 billion following or flowing into crypto markets as wealth passes by from baby boomers to the younger generation. The rise of cryptocurrency is influencing how traditional assets are managed and viewed. Portfolio diversifications require crypto assets to be blended with traditional assets to provide greater diversification and potential for higher yield returns. So counties with high crypto wealth have seen higher growth in home values following high crypto returns. Cryptocurrency wealth affects household consumptions with a high marginal propensity to consume from unrealized crypto gains compared to equity gains. So y'all ain't even paying attention to the amount of money y'all getting off of cryptocurrency while y'all are trying to put all of y'all money in the old school gold, silver, which is guaranteed money. You put money in the gold and silver. As it increases in value, it's going to increase in value. You ain't got to really worry about as much volatility in gold and silver. You worry about the volatility of businesses that could be burned to the ground and all of your stocks are lost. REITs are less destroyed because it's a large quantity of real estate. Few buildings can burn down, but you're not going to burn down the entire company because they have real estate all over the country, all over the world. If you build your own real estate investment trust, you can build a trust. You can go into real estate. You can put your properties into that trust, and then people can invest into your trust, and you can take their profits off of your trust and invest into buying more properties, turn them into a bunch of rental properties, and then start paying people back. If you're making positive investment platforms, you can build your own trust that in 10 years will be a blue chip company. Pass it on to your kids, your grandkids. There's a growing need to educate clients on the risk and opportunities associated with crypto investment, which actually turns into an occupation where your job could be an advisor for cryptocurrency trade. You could get people will just call you and ask you, what do you think about certain stuff and how does it work and how much should you invest and how long should you leave it there? And I got to be honest with you, that type of advice is worth money. Knowledge is power. And now my knowledge is monetized. So since knowledge is monetized, I give it away for free because I don't give a fuck. But the rest of you could sell that knowledge. You can buy somebody's book. You can write your own book and then sell the book. And people will buy the book for $14 a book so that they can learn the stuff that you already knew. Or you could like and subscribe to my channel and learn all the stuff that I know for free. Or you could join a membership, and the amount of money that you pay me per month in the membership is going to be far cheaper than the damn book. And I will be providing you information every day. I'm just saying. But wealth managers need to invest in technology to seamlessly integrate crypto assets into traditional portfolios, which also means that coders and software developers and maintenance individuals are going to be a higher increase in employment, because those individuals are going to need to fix these computers to make them user friendly for those individuals who know about the stock but don't know about technology to make the stock work. Recent developments such as approval of Bitcoin ETFs in the US and the EU's MiCA regulations are moving crypto investing into the mainstream, which is one of the reasons why everybody has been diving so far into cryptocurrency lately. As we move further into 2025 and beyond, several trends are shaping the future of wealth management in relation to cryptocurrencies, because we're seeing an increased tokenization of traditional assets. We're growing importance of cross-chain interoperability. That's going to make things a lot more effective for us. We're using utilizations of smart contracts for more efficient portfolio management. And I got to tell you something, having the accessibility to create more effective contracts for investments gives you more control over where your money is supposed to go and how long it's supposed to stay there, so that you will be able to maximize your returns. Your potential for cryptocurrencies to address wealth inequality and provide financial access to understand communities is going to give you guys a massive change in your ability to not only access cryptocurrency, but take advantage of the market shifts. There are reports of potential eliminations of capital gains tax on U.S. issued cryptocurrencies. And while Bitcoin is one of those U.S. gained cryptocurrencies, though this has not been officially confirmed to be implemented as law as of yet, the proposed tax change may apply to certain U.S.-based crypto projects like XRP, HBAR, Algo, Sol, and ADA. Holding crypto assets for over a year can result in lower tax rates, ranging from 0% to 20%, depending on income levels. And selling crypto assets at a loss to offset capital gains can reduce overall tax liabilities. Making charitable donations with cryptocurrencies can potentially lower your tax burdens, because anytime you donate money to a charity, like we were talking about last night, it is usually dollar for dollar tax deductible. C corporations have a maximum of 10% of their annual income that can be tax deductible, but any donation, if you get a written voucher for it, is able to be utilized up to, I do believe, 5 years after the date that you made the donation, where if you don't get credit for the full charitable donation this year, you can use the rest of it next year and the year after that and the year after that, until that donation is completely written off. Tools like token tax can help optimize crypto tax strategies. Executing crypto sales in years with lower income can potentially reduce tax rates. And some jurisdictions have more favorable tax laws. And though this is a complex long-term strategy to take advantage of crypto tax-free countries, you have the ability to take advantage of some of these crypto tax countries that will potentially put you into a more profitable position than what you originally started out with. So in summary, the crypto trends have the potential to explode our wealth strategies and create new opportunities for investors. By understanding the common challenges and misconceptions that people face when integrating crypto into their wealth strategies, we can make informed decisions about our investments. Whether we're looking to invest in DeFi, NFTs, or other emerging trends, it's essential to stay up to date with the latest developments and be willing to learn and grow. The undeniable connection between crypto trends and wealth strategy necessities and proactive approaches from both investors and wealth managers is something that we really need to pay attention to. And as cryptocurrencies continue to mature and integrate with traditional financial systems, they are becoming an essential consideration in comprehensive wealth management planning. So no matter which country you're in around the world, every country is putting their efforts into digital technology as well as AI software and other technology advancements far and above green energy and renewable energy technologies. So paying attention to the fact that there are incentives out there that can benefit you versus the fact that there are abilities to put your money cross borders where tariffs are going to negatively impact the poor folks, and you can make money in more than one location. And other countries can offer you tax-free revenue from foreign investors where you could put your money in another country, and because it came from US investors, you don't even pay taxes on it. Where US says that if you're investing in other areas, that certain situations will allow you up to $120,000 of revenue that is untaxed by the US government. So even if you told Uncle Sam that you were making money in 30 different countries, if each one of these countries you're making money over there and that money is less than a certain quantity of money, you may not even have to pay taxes on it, which means that you can diversify an offshore investment company. You can have an international investment company far bigger than Raymond Reddington's investment company from Blacklist, and you could potentially utilize your assets and your influence to travel the world with just the clothes on your back and have full access to resources in every country that you put your money in. We come from a generation where you put your money where you lay your hat, and you lay your hat where you sleep at night, right? But if you put your money where you plan on going to lay your hat, wherever you end up, your money's already there. You don't just invest in right now, you're investing in tomorrow. And by investing in tomorrow, you're not just investing where you are, you're investing in where you want to be. And by investing in where you want to be, you will be more successful in the future in getting to where you're trying to be, because you are not living for the present in the past, because the present passes you by every second of the day. You will be living in the future for your upcoming present. And that is something that a lot of us need to start reconsidering. So I'd love to hear from you guys about your own experiences with crypto trends and how they've impacted your wealth and strategy making processes. And please share your stories and insight in the comments below, because if you're looking for more information on investments and wealth building, you're going to have to check out a lot of the stuff that we got coming up starting tomorrow, when we're going to be talking about all of those big tech companies or small tech companies that made big investment changes over the past 48 hours. So as we'll be sharing more tips and strategies for achieving financial freedom, I want you guys to make sure that you like and subscribe, because you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button. Special shout out to Red Void, Omni81, and Reese Martinez. Then you guys are going to be missing out on some of the things that's going to be coming soon. And I can tell you right now that if you're not part of the forefront, if you're not on the front lines, the wave will pass you by. And I'm going to be honest with you, the amount of accessibility to resources in the beginning is in abundantly high quantity in comparison to what's left over after you realize how many people have become successful over the next 4 years. Because you got to understand that, like it or not, the financial decisions that this man is making as president of the United States, you've got 4 to 5 years to get your foot in the door while these changes are happening. Because once these markets stabilize, the large quantities of revenue returns that are supposed to happen from these investments will no longer be there. There's still going to be revenue returns. There's still going to be dividend distributions. It's just not going to be as massively high as it is right now. For example, a spoiler for tomorrow, individuals that were looking at the, I think it was PLTRs that he was talking about on the show yesterday, where it literally spiked 22% after the market closed, where the product actually had just a 1.2% increase on average for the day, 1.2 during the market, but a 22% increase after the market closed shocked Everybody, because anybody who is still involved in that stock just received or just qualified for a 20% increase after the market closed. So if you're one of the people that sold, you're pissed off. If you're one of the people that bought that day before the market had that massive spike, you are celebrating. But it's like $18 a share. So if you would have bought $18,000, you would have had a 20% increase on 1,000 shares. And what would that have been for you? That would have been almost $4,000 increase. And I think it happened within 2 to 4 hours after the market closed. So you guys got to pay attention to what's going on and what's changing in this country. If you pay attention to the products that are attached to the stocks that you're investing in, which is why I said yesterday, invest in the stuff that you put your money in. Put your money into the stuff that you're buying stocks from. Because as soon as a lot of other people started buying into the same thing, like if we would have been investing in Qualcomm when Qualcomm Talk had the watch way back in the day before the Samsung watch came out, Qualcomm's watch came out. If we would have invested in Qualcomm back then, we'd be millionaires right now. These are the things that we overlook. Snapdragon is software. Mr. Pibbs tried to argue with me about it for a long period of time. That software is now in the internet providing device that I have, the router that I have. The Snapdragon software is in my computer. And the fact is that if we would have been investing in that technology, we would have had so much more going on. You guys have to realize that if you see it before it becomes mainstream, you got to start digging into how it will positively impact the economy. How will it positively impact the average individual, foreign and domestic? And if this looks like it is something that could potentially be a good thing, you want to invest in it now while it's in beta, so that when it becomes mainstream, when it becomes public, you get the benefits of everybody else investing in your share. That's when you start seeing massive returns. Jumping in because everybody else got $100,000 on Bitcoin, that doesn't mean you're going to get $100,000 on Bitcoin. But if you would have bought into that bitch when that motherfucker was at 50,000, you would have gained extra 50,000. You feel me? So if you buy into it late, you get whatever's left. But one of the things, like what DJ asked me yesterday, what did I take away from Donald Trump's investment strategies? And I told him yesterday, the ability to see potential and investing in potential while potential is struggling, so that when potential succeeds, I succeed with that potential, which is what I completely encourage women to do with men these days. If you see potential, you invest in that potential while that potential is struggling to help that potential become successful, because once that potential becomes successful, you reap the benefits of that success. That's why the man went from being an inherited millionaire to being a multi-billionaire. That's why him and Elon Musk are able to sip coffee on spaceships, because they see something with potential and they invest in the potential. They don't invest in success. They invest in potential for the potential to be successful. That's the highest, most volatile investment you can make, but it is the most profitable investment that you can get, which is why Trump has had large quantities of failure, followed by even larger quantities of success. So even if he would have lost half of the money that he inherited from his father, he completely quadrupled that a million times over and has made more financially successful deals than he has made financial failures. So while we can mock him about his failed college, his failed steaks, his failed shoes, his failed this, his failed that, you look at, he's a shareholder of the WWE. You could drop the mic on that alone. He's a shareholder of the Miss America pageants. You can drop the mic on that. You know he's investing in Elon Musk. You can drop the mic on that. Him and Elon are about to invest in TikTok. If you're not buying TikTok stock right now, you're fucking up. Because once they bring that to America in about 45 days, you know every billionaire is going to be buying into that stock, which is going to have that stock skyrocket in value. If you wanted to sell that stock to the next dumbass that wanted to buy it after the wave started, you would get billions of dollars off of your investments when the value of those shares are so high, and then you sell it and you're like, change. Or you can leave it and just get the dividends, because guess what? 170 million people use that product. So that means that 170 million people in America alone are using that product, plus the people that are using it in Asia. So 3, 4, 5 million people using this platform. I can guarantee you that that platform is making profits. But the majority of its profits is coming from American users buying and selling goods and services on the platform. These types of investment strategies, you want to get in there while you still can, while the market is not shifting to a overabundance of the high earners. Because once the market shifts to the overabundance of high earners, the average American can't even afford a fucking share. Then you're going to be saying, oh, I would invest if I had money. Which, if you listen to my advice 6-7 months ago, where I told you to put a couple $100 into every credit union in the United States, because there's over 4,000 of them. Some of these credit unions have personal loans with a cap of 18% at most, where you could go and borrow money, get a cash loan, just for the sake of getting a cash loan. Get a cash loan from your bank on principal, and then go invest it into a stock that is paying you more dividends back than the interest of that cash loan. Then the money that you borrowed is making money for you. You could take the dividends off of the cash loan and pay the loan, which you could say, oh, that's nothing. It zeroes that. But fuck, if you just got $20,000 from a credit union, put it into a stock option, and a stock option is paying the monthly payments for the credit union, you have good credit, good payment history. You are not paying for this loan because it's paying for itself. And once it pays itself off, guess what? You still got 20 grand principal there. See what I'm saying? And the difference between how much money you paid them versus how much money you got off of the investment, that, my friend, is the cost of doing business. You can take loans and leverage them for high interest yield investment opportunities. You could take the difference from the interest and put it into Bitcoin and other such cryptocurrencies, and have returns coming in on a monthly basis from a REIT that you put your money into, and take the returns from the REIT and put it into Bitcoin on a regular basis, so that you can start getting more returns from your cryptocurrency. And turn your 20 into 40. So by the time that you pay off the $20,000, you have $70,000. Where again, the difference between the money that you borrow from the bank versus the money that you pay back the bank and the profits that you have left over is the cost of doing business. As long as you're making more money than you're spending, it's the cost of doing business. You want to make sure that the money that you're making over the money that you're spending, plus the effort that you're putting into this, the money that you're making and the effort that you put into that is higher, or the money that you're making off of it is higher than the investment and the effort, basically. That's overall what it is, because you could dig ditches for the rest of your life and make a bunch of money off of that if you find a way to monetize yourself, but you're putting a shit ton of effort into making a little bit of money. But if you could put a very little effort into something and put a little bit of money into that and turn out a larger quantity of returns, that's when your money's making money for you. And that's what we're trying to get everybody to do. We're trying to get everybody to put their money in, because guess what? In order for the stock market to be successful, somebody's got to put up their money. Somebody's got to lose it. So if you make yourself knowledgeable about what's going on, you're not going to be one of the ones that lose it. But guess what? More often than not, the person that is most financially successful in investments is the person that bought in before the wave. The people who are the least successful are the people who are buying in during the wave. The people who lost are the people who bought in after the wave. I'm going to tell you guys again, don't be behind the wave. You lose more in your investments when you are after the trend, not anticipating the trend. So here on This and That, where we talk about this, that, and everything in between, we're going to continue to tell you guys when things are starting to shift, now's the time to get in it. And this is free advice, because I'm not going to make you pay for a seminar so I can tell you tips and tricks and ways to get. I'm just going to tell you. Show up every day, 10 o'clock Central Standard Time, and you can be sitting here with me while we're talking about money. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we'll be talking about money, business, finance, and you guys will be like, oh shit, I didn't know that was going to happen. And I can tell you that success will make you successful. What's going on, Rooterus? I was telling everybody earlier on the show how successful you are. How you doing? Success story shows up to the show, ladies and gentlemen. So I tell y'all all the time that if you take my advice and you apply it to your daily life, you will be successful. So make sure that you guys like and subscribe, because I can tell you that what we got coming up when we talk about what's going down tomorrow, when we start talking about the AI technologies that has massively grown in shares over the past 2 to 3 days, you guys are going to be jaw dropped that companies that even I didn't even know about until I started looking into it yesterday have literally turned a corner and went from 1 to 2% interest returns to massive 20, 30, 40% returns. And we're going to be talking about all of these technology companies that you guys should be investing in, and how you guys should be making sure that your money is making more money for you by putting your money in places where you can get those returns and then take those returns and putting them somewhere else, because that is how you make yourself successful. He said, yeah, your words really motivated me to overcome my emotions. Thank you so much, bro. Hey, man, I'm always here for y'all. You know, I do the best that I can to make you guys successful, because my legacy is going to be the success of the people around me. I want my legacy could be the millions of dollars that I'm making myself, but my legacy is going to be the success of the people around me, because you guys would be able to tell your children and your children's children about how you guys came to This and That's podcast, and you guys were able to get some knowledge and insight that helped you guys make better decisions in your life, that helped you guys be the success that you are for your kids and your grandkids to be proud of you. So you guys will never stop talking about me. Just like Martin Luther King. He said, I'm just down for my coming exams in 2 weeks. Just a little busy now. Oh, man. Hey, I got some folks right now that I've been teaching about their exams, and it's going to be a lot easier than you think. You never want to stress out about it. You want to try to practice on some of the things that you know that you, for some reason, don't follow the process correctly, but you know how to get to the answer. Because simple mistakes like forgetting to carry over, or forgetting to add or subtract, or looking at a minus sign as a division sign, and not reading the instructions a lot of the times usually puts you in a position where you're not able to be as successful as you would like to be. So one of the things that I always tell my students is don't rush the test. If you look at the question and you don't think that you can work that question out, you want to skip it, go to the next question, finish the test first, and then go back to the beginning of the test, review all of your answers, and answer any questions that you did not answer the first time you went through the test. This gives you more time to work on the harder questions, but completing 100% of the questions that you could have gotten a correct answer on, which also gives you the ability to have a higher grade. Now, after you have finished answering 100% of the questions on the test, my next advice is don't get up. Don't get up just because you finished doing a test. Go back and look over it a second or third time and make sure that the answer that you put down is matching the work that you did for that question. I don't say double check your work and second guess yourself. Your math, if you work out the math problem and you got to a certain answer you're able to circle that answer as the answer, and then you're able to find that answer on the Scantron or the answer sheet. That is what that's what I'm telling you to check and double check, because sometimes some students will work the problem out correctly and put the wrong answer down, or put the answer down in a wrong spot where they end up getting the question wrong after they did the work right. And some teachers show them mercy and give them partial credit, and some teachers just mark the answer wrong because they ended up not getting the correct answer. So to prevent yourselves from making mistakes, you want to stay there until the teacher tells you pencils down. Then you'll be able to put down a pencil and turn in a test, because there's literally nothing else that you can do at that point. But getting up and being the first person to walk out of the room, being the first person to finish your test, or being one of the first 10 people to finish your test, and there's 15, 20 minutes left in the testing center, you're cheating yourself out of 15 more minutes to make sure that you double check any of the last minute mistakes that could have happened that you don't have the ability to rectify once you turn that paper in. Just like doing your taxes, you want to check, double check, and triple check before you file it, because once you submit it to the IRS, the only way that changes are going to happen is if you file an amended document or if they audit your ass. And neither one of those situations are in your favor. So you want to check and double check, because you got until April to turn that bad boy in. So if you start doing it now, check it, double check it, triple check it, talk to a CPA, talk to Joe Mastrano. I got his information. And make sure that your stuff is working out right. That's when you know that the most that you could have gotten is what you're getting. He said, last time I got my third rank, aiming higher this time. Hey, man, I want to see you reach the top. You need to be top tier, first or second rank at best, second rank at the worst, but first rank at the best is what I expect for you, because I know that you can do it as long as you put your mind to it. Matter of fact, I think I tried to send you a message on chess.com. Because I was trying to, because I know that Mr. Pibbs had friended you when you guys were playing chess on chess.com, but I actually watched the two of you guys on the show. So I don't think I have you on as a friends list, but I did message your, what was it? Mr. Pibbs had told me what it was, because I told him that you said, what's up? It was, oh boy. Let's see. Oh, no, I got to go to messages. No, for some reason. Let me see. Mr. Pibbs gave it to me. I'm going to double check again, because he told me that it was, oh, Ruder Bro. Oh, that's different. No, that's not the one that I sent it to, because it was Mastermind. That's the one that I had sent it to before. It is Mastermind. So that's why me and Mr. Pibbs is having trouble with getting you into a game, because we're messaging Mastermind and Mastermind is not existing. We were like, what? I thought we had him on a friends list. Let's see if I can, you said RUD. We're going to get you in there, because I gave you my word. I said that I was going to shoot you a game request. I'm going to tell Mr. Pibbs so that he can send you a gamer request. I see Ruda Patel. You're 800 right now. Oh, I changed my name. Oh, okay. So if y'all looking for a chess master, this guy has got game. So I'm sending you a request today, because I told you I was going to get into a game with you. I know you might smoke me because you've been playing it for a while now, but I got to tell you, I never know. Especially if you play that nuke one, I might blow you up. What is my ID? I just sent you an invite. I don't know what my ID is on this one, because I know I had set up one for the show. I got my personal one. This one, this is an invite coming from this and that. It's a TH1S and TH8T. You should see it. So you can't even miss it. It should have, I couldn't put the podcast thumbnail on there. I wish I could change the profile pic. Ooh, I can. Now they're giving me the option to add the profile pic on there. So I've got to change the profile pic and put the podcast up here so that everybody who watches the podcast can send me. Oh, you said search Rooter Bro 1, 2, 3. No, actually, I send it to Rooter Bro, just Rooter Bro. Hold on, let me go back. I done sent the invite to the wrong person. They're gonna accept my invite, and I'm gonna get whooped by 2 people. All right, let's go to the friends. He said, "Are you?" Read it off for me, you guys. RUDRABRO 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's a different one. 1915. Okay. That looks more like it because the other one was 800. I was like, how the hell did he fall to 800? He's like 2,000 or better. All right, so I got you in there. I took good care. I got you in there. So 50% of the time I'm gonna get smacked up. I'd put some stuff out there for you. So later this afternoon, because I gotta prepare for a couple of my contracts from Asia, because I have a real estate agent that's working in Hong Kong. I gotta meet up with her and work on some stuff. So while I'm dealing with some of that stuff, I will be waiting the photo of the profile so that you'll see the podcast photo on my chess.com profile. So anybody who plays chess that want to play chess with me and Ruderus and Mr. Pibbs, you guys can dive in there and just find a podcast, put this and that in there, find the podcast challenges. I take open challenges. I ain't the best in the world, but I definitely don't give up on y'all. In the meantime, I want you guys to make sure that if you haven't done so already, that make sure that you guys take the time to like and subscribe. Make sure that you guys start paying attention to joining that membership, because the stuff that I start putting into the membership side of things is going to be the stuff that I'm not going to be talking about on the mainstream, because apparently YouTube still, even though Donald Trump is passing stuff for First Amendment rights scenarios, you got to understand YouTube ain't got to pay you to say certain things. So if you say stuff that YouTube don't agree with, you demonetize. So when you start getting into the highly controversial, highly volatile information that individuals want to know, need to know, and must have, that information is going to be passed around on a members only, not open to the public scenario, probably going to be on a Sunday. And when these things do happen, a lot of shows that are going to start airing that are going to be exclusive shows that are only going to be available to the members. But I am still going to regularly at this time going to be doing a public show for the podcast. So you guys don't have to worry that you're not going to miss out on the general information, but you will miss out on some of the extra information that's going to be in the members only side of things. So make sure that you guys look into investing into that members only. And we've got memberships as low as $3 a month. So for a financial advisor to be a few $100s an hour, and you could get a lot of money making tips from me, that is $3 a month. The lowest, I do believe it's a beta or delta level. The lowest one that it is very, very cheap for a membership, especially with all the knowledge that I give you with business, finance, social. I'm cheaper than a life coach and giving you counseling and everything under the sun, all-purpose podcast. So I'm just going to be honest with you. It's worth it. It is worth it. But it's up to you. I don't care one way or another, because I do this for the sake of you. I don't do this for the sake of a profit, even though I do this for a profit. I don't do this for the sake of a profit. I make my money elsewhere. I just tell you how I made my money make money for me. So when we do start traveling with this podcast and we do start going all over the world with this podcast, you will know that I went with the profits from my investment strategies that did not come from YouTube investments. So when I tell you guys, it is possible to make yourself financially successful. It is possible. And until you guys put your efforts into making yourselves financially successful, until you put your efforts into making yourself socially successful, you are going to be in a lifestyle that you struggle with, that you are not satisfied with. So I'm going to put a pin in today's show, because I got some things that I got to catch up on, and I got to keep my word with Ruderus. So ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you guys like and subscribe. I'm going to tell you this one more time. And ladies, on our way out of the door, as long as the situation doesn't make sense, I'm going to keep asking you ladies to please make it make sense. So ladies, please make it make sense. And fellas, I want to thank you guys for coming to the podcast, because we are about 65% men right now, because ladies are starting to creep in. It fluctuates from 65 to 70%, but The ladies want to know how the men are making money. So you're going to start paying attention to a lot more females coming to the podcast. And we're waiting on some of those naysayers when I start talking about social interactions and how the women need to change their mindsets because they're sabotaging their own success. I ain't going to red pill them. I'm just going to let them know that they're not going to be as successful as they want to be because their double standards are not in their favor. It's up to them to decide what they want to do about it. But you fellas, Danny, Red Boy, Omni81, Mr. Pibbs, Christine, Max the Poser, Ruderus, Blue Lightning, Reese Martinez, Joe. I really appreciate you guys for coming to the podcast. Special shout out to Romania, Brazil, Russia, Vietnam, Philippines, Thailand, Dubai, Mexico. Special shout out to Canada because they're going to charge me tariffs to air my show in their country. Special shout out to everywhere that you can make you some money, make money for you. Thank you guys for coming to This and That. I'm your host, Xander, where we talk about this, that, and everything in between. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow night, a little after 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. Thank you and have a
higher ground. Used to chase validation, now I validate myself. Building inner strength, putting doubt upon the shelf. No more unnecessary drama, no more wasted time. Climbing higher, constantly making my own climb. Standing on higher ground where excellence is found. My potential knows no bounds, raising the bar, breaking ground. My network is my net worth. Choose your company wise. Surround yourself with eagles, not with sheep in disguise. Every interaction is a reflection of my brand. Quality over quantity, that's my personal command. I'm not landing on higher ground where excellence is found. My potential knows no bounds, raising the bar, breaking ground. I'm not just living, I'm manifesting my vision, cutting through limitations with surgical precision. My expectations are my compass, my respect is my shield to mediocrity and chaos. I will never I'm not just living, I'm manifesting my vision, cutting through limitations with surgical precision. My expectations are my compass, my respect is my shield to mediocrity and chaos. I will never yield.